Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the Standards Weekly Check-In. I'm Colin. Behind the camera we got Dylan.
What's up?
Today we're going to get into some staff picks, some new arrivals, some recently priced records, and of course the YouTube comments. As always, if you see anything you like, you can hit the DMs on Instagram, give the shop a ring, or come by. We're open 11 to 8, 7 days a week. So without further ado, let's get into the staff picks. And this is the big one for me, at least. This is they brought crucifix dehumanization back, still have the fold out sleeve, all that. This is just one of the best hardcore records ever. That's it. I don't know. It probably of that first wave of like American hardcore. I don't know if anything's better than Crucifix. I'll say like they have this great quality where it just feels like the songs are about to fall apart at any given time. Anyways, amazing record. 10 out of 10. I'm really glad that it's back in print. I play this one quite a bit. It's just one of my favorite hardcore records. Everyone, check out the Crucifix record. And this is just a restock. I hyped this one up a couple weeks back, but we have it back in stock. More WAN. I don't know. Anyways, really interesting music. Very cool. I don't hear a lot about them, so I would just suggest everyone look it up, and maybe you dig it as much as I do. If you do, we got copies. And now we're getting into, all right, but I'll preface, because I see the spread here. I see what we're getting into. I'll show on screen, I guess. We got a lot of, a lot being thousands and thousands and thousands of 12-inch singles we're going through right now that we're sorting slowly, making progress on, and we'll have them out sooner than later, hopefully. But it's a lot, as you can maybe see from these pictures. That said, we're having a great time playing some of these 12 inches, and I don't think these aren't for sale. You're just showing off.
Yeah, I'm showing off.
These are some of the funniest ones we've come across.
Good one. This one's not as funny though. This is just Roxanne Shante. There's some good scratching on this one and some good rapping. That's about it. That's all I have to say about that. This one's good. It's very, how do you say it?
Beavis and Butthead core?
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead core. It's like, what did you say it was?
Like, it's like, what, house music? Or?
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, It's
like 90s house music, but great lyrics.
Look up the Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. This one's good.
Funniest I've ever laughed.
This one's really good. MC Luscious. Boom, I Got Your Boyfriend. There's an X-rated version on here that's that she doesn't say I got. She says another word, and then just like a bunch of naughty things because it's what do you call it? Unrated, I guess, or X-rated.
Unfortunately, once you hear the X-rated version that's on this 12-inch, you can't go back to the regular version.
Yeah, you can't go back to the R-rated version.
Yeah, and only the PG one is on Spotify. So yeah. This is one for YouTube. But man, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. It was really awkward to listen to it with someone in front of me. This one's really good too. Where is it? There you go. Ultimate 3. I don't know anything about these guys, but they have a song called I Want You Back, which is the Jackson 5 remake. Not really. They, samples and stuff, but it's, how do you say it?
Oh, it's the worst song ever written?
No, it's one of the greatest songs.
No, it's actually terrible.
No, it's great. It's a good song.
I'll say definitely look this one up because it is comically bad.
I want you back. I want you back.
And I definitely appreciate you had this song ends with him talking about all the stuff he got this poor woman. What about the diamond rings I got you and all that?
Yeah.
And then it immediately goes into a song called I Need Money.
But I Need Money is somehow hard to find on the internet.
Yeah.
I can't find it on YouTube.
Well, anyways, that's why you gotta track down.
I Want You Back is a better song regardless. So
it is one of the worst songs.
It's a good song. And then, is it my last one? Yeah, it's my last one. Just the Vanga Boys, We Like to Party. If you like Six Flags, if you like the Vanga Bus, if you like Old Man Dancing, this is like one of the greatest songs ever written, realistically.
I have nothing to add for that. So yeah, if you like stuff like this, stay tuned. Give me like 2 weeks to go through this, and you'll have a lot of, hopefully more Vanga Boys to get through. That said, also just a nice little slab to get in. Love Rebella Ballet. Not as funny as nothing funny about this. It's kind of a Vanga Boys. You can't really Anyways,
I'm serious, man.
yeah, I'll be a real square and just say, yeah, Rebella Ballet, very 80s production on this one. I dig it a lot. And also on a stereo tip, the Sun record. This is great, kind of very like Earth, Wind, and Fire-esque 70s funk. Great record though. Pretty much good throughout too, which is rare to find. So let's get to the flip through. Yeah, we were talking about watching Judgment Day recently.
Who's we?
You and I,
Oh.
right? Was that the one we were talking about?
Yeah. I said that I really love Judgment Day.
It's great.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Still got me thinking about Judgment Day. I'm also watching the 90s X-Men cartoon, and there's like a lot of just nonsense time travel that doesn't make any sense because it's just too complicated. Time travel stories are so impossible to get right. There's two ever that matter, and that's Terminator and Back to the Future. Ironically, those are the two movies that have had like probably the best sequels of all time.
Yeah, I guess 2.
Yeah.
Both of them just 2.
Yeah. I'm not a 3 hater by any stretch, but
3 for which one? Both?
3 for Back to the Future.
Yeah, I guess
and then
that
like
one's good.
and then no one, I'm not a hater, but yeah, 2 is one of the best sequels.
Yeah.
Do you have to just make a sequel for everything? Does everything have to have a 20+ year franchise? Not everything is James Bond, like you can't just milk everything.
Yeah, because it's the same character.
Right.
But isn't James Bond technically...
Well, it's like that's just code for spy movie, ultimately.
Exactly, yeah.
It is still James Bond.
But in these Terminators, like, this is Kyle Reese.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
Is Kyle Reese. This is Kyle Reese. It's like, why is he different every time? It's
Yeah.
not good.
You have to just I don't know, I guess it's just, sometimes you just gotta let this shit be.
Yeah.
Just let a
should.
good movie be a good movie.
I know. They should have designed it with Judgment.
I keep waiting for the Cable Guy sequel.
Oh, man. Ben Stiller's writing it, I'm sure.
Never gonna happen, and that's great. One and done movies,
How
man.
would you sequel?
I wouldn't. I'm just kidding.
I want a Truman Show sequel. I want to see what happens after.
What was that? Oh wait, what was the one with the God one? Was it like art?
Evan Almighty? Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty.
And then Evan Almighty. Is that
Yeah.
Saw both?
I get those confused with Truman Show.
Yeah.
And Click.
They're the same.
Just
Like,
reality.
Yeah.
A little a dusting of like reality bending.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a crazy
God
twist.
mode is in effect.
Yeah, the Bible never had a sequel. I mean, they let that one be.
That's true.
I mean, I guess Old Testament, New Testament. Damn, is that the answer to my question? That New Testament is the best sequel ever written?
You might be right. You might be onto something.
Yeah, I can't think of I like Back to the Future too a lot. Empire Strikes Back is great, but I mean, if we're talking about
Good stories.
cultural impact here, they stepped it up a notch with Bible too. The New Testament really did a lot, improved on some issues I had with the first one. Fans of the original are like sticking around. Yeah, best sequels.
Can't even think of another one.
Well, Godfather 2.
Casino. Oh yeah.
And then
There you go. Godfather 2.
That's a lazy answer though.
Man, it's
But I mean, Empire Strikes Back any less lazy?
Yeah, is Judgment Day lazy? These are all lazy answers.
Yeah, I guess
What's wrong
so.
with Godfather 2? I guess they're lazy answers for a reason because they're actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Mad Max. That's a.
Oh, Road Warrior?
I stand Ghostbusters 2 in a big way.
Oh yeah.
That's a personal kink, I guess. Halloween 2. I could be a dickhead and say Hellraiser 2.
I guess all these horror movies have just sequels.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't think of a good one, like outside of horror. Like no comedies.
Yeah, that's a good point. Is there a good comedy sequel? You could make a pitch for Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. If that's a sequel to Clerks, that's a great sequel. I am a big Zoolander fan. Zoolander had a huge impact on me when it came out. Loved it, right? And like Zoolander 2 comes out, and it is one of the biggest pieces of shit I ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, it's so bad. You're doing the same jokes over and over again. All right, so let's get into some YouTube comments. Got some good ones today. Banana Rambo coming back again says your price tags rule, which I thank you. They take a lot of time, so I'm glad they're appreciated. And the homie Dan Veer hitting us with a, can you go into the origin story of the shop? Always wanted to have my own record store. This is something you've always wanted to get into, and how did it come to be? Much love, y'all. Thanks. Homie Dan Veer, always good to hear from a man out there in Baco. If I am going like full comic book origin story like that, like this is like we'll start like in a really quaint way. Like I'm in a 1-bedroom house in Escondido living with my mother, and I'm like, 12 years old, and I'm typing up her old records on a list, like on a typewriter, I think. And then I took that list to school and like had people check off like what records they wanted, and then like I brought them the next day and sold them for $1. That's legitimately like what I did with her old records. It's kind of funny like how life turned out. But in high school I was really into like just obsessively into like hardcore and punk and stuff, and like vinyl was just what you listened to that music on. That's kind of the foundation of like my interest of records. Records were sort of a natural outgrowth of this living, breathing like music scene. And so I would just go to my friend Nat ran Radiation Records up in Fullerton, and I'm selling records the whole time, putting out records, like getting in through music and stuff, like putting out my own band stuff, other band stuff, trading with other labels, and sort of learning the ins and outs of how that like underground network of music distribution works. And then working at Radiation, I learned what like the difference is between that kind of hustling and like having a record store, and what it takes to go into that. And essentially being at this place in my life where I didn't know what the hell I was going to do, I was like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do, because I had a penchant for it. I was pretty good at it, and it made perfect sense to be doing that. Not being good at anything else, obsession with records like my entire like life, and then like having cool landlord and all that, and the combination of those three things, it was sort of like was my shot, and I shot it. And that's the sort of, that's the origin. That's the background of when the store opens. That was 9 years ago. We opened February 2012 was like opening day, and it's worked out great. And I can't stress enough that like any business you're doing, there's this kind of fantasy, right, of like, oh, I'm my own boss. No, you are the boss. Customers, you can't do what you're doing if you don't have people who agree that you should do what you're doing and like, give you money for it, essentially. So like I have a lot of bosses. I have way more bosses than if you have one boss. And that's amazing to me and very cool. And I'm very grateful for that, to have like that. I mean, it's one thing to have an idea, but it's another thing when people agree, like, yeah, this is a good enough idea, you should keep doing it. And that's very nice. So, hey, ending on an uplifting note, that never happens, right? So anyways, if you have any questions you want answered, hit the YouTube comments and we will get to it next week. Thanks, everyone. Peace. I shot it.